Hola, bienvenidos. As you guys can see for the title today, we are going to be going through all of the palettes that I have pulled out that I am considering panning for Pan That Face Palettes 2023. You guys know I do 2 palettes at a time, so this is going to allow me to do 2 palettes. I'm excited. A lot of things have changed from this year or from when I started the series to what I'm doing next year. So I will give you guys all those details in a second. But first, if you're new, Alejandra, I go by Alex, eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash brush pan. If that is something you are interested in continuing to see on your feed, subscribe, join us. And now let's get on with my choices. Okay, you guys, so before I share with you guys my choices, let me give you a little bit of why I chose, what's my thought process this time around. What have I been doing? I think for the last 2, has it been 2 years? 2, 3 years? I can't remember how long I've been doing this kind of panning series, but I always have chosen either 1 year of highlighters, 1 year of blushes, I've gone back and forth. Now here's the deal. I've gotten to a point where my palettes, my face palettes are a mix match, or I want to concentrate on them because of a certain reason. So this year I am not giving myself only highlighter palettes or only blush palettes. It genuinely is what I feel like I want to pan. That's what I'm doing this year or for next year. What I want to pan. So these palettes all are not necessarily something where it's only highlighters or only blushes. There's a mismatch of all of them in here. And I think I have 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I have 9 palettes in here that I genuinely want to try to do something with if I possibly can. Now, the other thing that I do want to mention is typically when I do this video, I do not show in this video what the palettes I have chosen. Well, this year I'm doing it differently. The palettes that I will be panning are in this pile. I will not tell you which ones. I'm not going to try to steer you or give you any hints. I'm just going to go ahead and explain to you guys why I've chosen these palettes, and I want to know what your opinions are of what I should do. I already know what I want to do, but I'm also going to take in consideration what you guys say. But I'm almost 100% set. 99.9 set of what I want to do. No, I actually do have 10 palettes. I forgot. There's one on my desk that I got to go get. So yeah, we're going to get started and go through all of these for you guys. So I do have 10 palettes. My mistake. I left one on my desk because I'm an idiot. So I have my 10 here. So again, these are no particular order. I'm just going to explain to you guys why I pulled these out of my drawers, not necessarily giving you hints of which ones I am choosing. So let's get started here. First one is this one. This is the only Anastasia blush trio that I do own. I really do like the colors, but one of the main reasons, well, there's 2 reasons for it. One, it's beautiful colors that I love to wear, so I know I can wear these all year round. This is the Peachy Love one, the only one I own. So I know that I won't get tired of it, but I also want to pan it because it's small. Like, it's small and tiny. I feel like it's not going to take me so long. I did not look at any of these grams on any of these palettes, so none of these have been chosen because they have a little bit of product in them or none of that. I just picked them because I'm telling you my reasons why. So I don't even know how much is in here. Oh, there's 3 grams per blush. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. So maybe I might consider this one sometime. I am thinking about this one a lot just because it's small and it does slide throughout my drawer and it gets lost. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to just go ahead and pan it. And I do like it. Not that I want to hate pan. None of these I'm hate panning. There's a reason why I want to use them up. The next one I want to share with you guys is this one. This is the Ofra Midi Palette Y 2.0K. This one has the Pillow Talk, Space Baby, and Star Island. I don't know, can you guys see that? I don't know if it's getting blown out with the light. But this is what this one looks like right here. The main reason why is just because I have full size of the Ofra highlighter, so I don't feel like I need a face palette as well. But all three of these I don't own as a single, so I don't mind that. I know this formula is rather easy to pan. I have been able to hit pan on a Ofra highlighter, a large pan one, so I feel like I can get use out of it, and I like the fact that it's all three different shades, so I'm not gonna get bored. There's a pink, there is a blue shifting one, and then a gold. And I can always mix this blue shifting one with one of these other two to do something different, inner corner highlight, as an eyeshadow, whatever the case may be. And it doesn't seem like it's gonna be hard. This one doesn't seem hard, and I don't think I will get bored with it. I don't know how many, 4 grams a piece. So each of these are 4 grams a piece, so that means it's a little bit more than the Anastasia one, but I don't mind it. And it is small, so I'm trying to get the small ones out. Here's another one. I do believe that I did showcase this one in last year's. It's still, I still want to pan it. I still want to pan it. This is the Mally Effortless Airbrush, and this one is in the Peachy one. These each have 5 grams each. There's a highlighter and a blush. And the main reason why is 1, it's small. 2, it's the only Mally one that I own. 3, I love the formula of this. This was rotated into a project pan this year, and it reminded me how much I love it. And I think I could do it. I think I won't get bored out of these two. I really don't think I would. This is a contender. I'm really digging it. Again, 2nd year in a row where I have wanted to pan it, but I have yet to pan it. So it's here. So far, this one has the most product in it, but the least quantity inside. Okay, so this one, the Alamar Blush Trio in Fair to Light. I've actually contemplated on getting rid of this one, but the formula just keeps making me want to keep it. Mainly the reason why I wanted to color is because it's easy for me to give it away. It's like, oh, you know, it's colors I already own. It's nothing big, it's nothing extravagant, but then I swatch and I'm like, ooh, but I really like the colors. I don't feel like this formula would be hard to pan. I don't feel like this formula would be hard to use every day, all year round. So that's one of the main reasons why I would be interested in it. You're getting 2 peachy colors and then this peachy pink shade in the center. So I wouldn't get bored of this one. And I feel like, yeah, total net weight is 8 grams. So that means what is it? Total net weight is 8. So what does that give you? 3 point something grams each. So that's not too bad. I don't think there's 8 grams in each of these. Yeah, I don't think there's 8 grams in each of these. It's a total of 8 grams. So it doesn't seem like it'd be hard to pan, honestly. I feel like I would finish this in 6 months, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm considering it, because it's an easy pan to do. So that's why this one's in here. All right, this one. This one is 2 palettes in one. I had 2 Laura Geller highlighting palettes, and one was like a triangle, and the other one was cardboard, and was so much, it's super bulky and thick. It was super bulky and thick, and it had a lot of packaging for just the 3 little highlighters. So I told myself, instead of trying to store these 2 and annoy myself with it and poking myself with the triangle one, I depotted both of them because they were both cardboard packaging, like stuff, and I put it in here. And this is what these are. These are like the swirl gelée ones. I did write it on the back what these names were, but I obviously the magnet has taken over from them. But this top one was the triangle, the bottom one was the one that was bulky, and I feel like these would be easy to pan. This is actually the palette that I'm wearing on my cheeks today. I've been playing around with it throughout the year, just testing it out to see if I want to pan it, not pan it. And I feel like this would be a rather easy one. It doesn't seem too hard. The formula is powdery, but it is blinding, so I can't use too much, but I still can get some damage out of it. So I'm actually interested in panning it. And this would be 2 palettes in one. So I can do this one and another one and end up potentially finishing up 3 palettes in total if I commit myself like that. So I wouldn't mind this one. I would not mind this one at all. Up next is this palette. This is the Urban Decay Afterglow palette. I have the first and the second version. And the main reason why I would like to pan this is, 1, the highlighters are different from one another. So I wouldn't get bored of having the different tones of golds, different tones of pinks or whites, whatever the case may be. And I feel like I've had this one for quite a bit and I barely have touched it. I have used it. I like the formula, but I barely have touched it, and I don't see Urban Decay coming out with these kind of palettes anymore. So I would actually like to do it. These are 4 shades. Each of them have 4.5 grams a piece. So a decent amount of product in here. I feel like I would do some sort of damage where it would look loved and used, but not, I don't think I would be able to finish it. I don't know if I would be able to finish it, but I wouldn't mind panning this one for that reason. It's been around for a while. I keep skipping over it when it comes to different projects and pulling it out. So I think it's time for maybe it to shine this year coming up. So no pun intended there. So I put this one in here to see. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Here's another one. The Anastasia Sugar Glow Kit. This one is one that I really do like and I have used. You can clearly see that I have used this one. It is beautiful. I love the colors in here. I feel like I could use this all year round without getting bored with it either. The formula is nice and there's a ton of product in here. You're getting 7.4 grams in each of these. So this would be like a year-long one. This would be like my permanent one for the year and then a supplement one. So this one, I don't feel like I would finish the whole thing, but I think I could do a good amount of damage to this palette and make it look more loved. It is already loved. You can see that I have used it and have enjoyed it. It has been in other project pans. I do like the formula. This is getting rather old as well. And this was one of the purchases that I did later on. Did not buy it in release and I kind of regretted it. I'm glad when they brought it back that I did purchase it. So I am really contemplating on this one too. And it is bulky and heavy, so why not, you know? I could pull these out and put them in Z palettes if I want to. I could do a lot of things with that. Then we have this one. This is the only one that has a bronzer in it. This is the MAC Shiny Pretty Things Face Compact in the shade Fair. This is beautiful. I've never used it because I've always admired the imprint of it, the embossing of it, and it was a gift from my friend Lisa. And those are the two reasons why I would be interested in panning this. One, it was a gift from my friend Lisa, and I just don't want to keep it and admire it. I actually want to use it too. I can't get myself to touch this palette because it's so pretty, so I want to use it to get over that. And this is, I think this is a gelée formula, and the three things in here remind me of that Too Faced Sweet Peach palette that I panned the very first year, one of the very first years. It reminds me of it. The color of the bronzer, the color of the blush, and the color of the highlighter are very reminiscent to it. The only difference is it doesn't smell like peach. But I think because I panned that one and I loved it so much due to the formula, I would love this one as well. This one also gives me the access to be able to pan a second palette, face palette, that it's solely either blushes or solely highlighters, not necessarily having to clash with one another. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be strategic and not choose two face palettes that are all just highlighters, because that would be a failure. Too many highlighters for 1 year. This would allow me to have one highlighter, one blush, one bronzer, and then whatever other palette I choose wouldn't be redundant or overwhelming with this palette. This is one of the other reasons why I brought this one in here, considering it. So, and it's small, has a mirror, it's compact, it's cute. So we'll see if I pick this one. All right, the 9th one that I am choosing to try to pan is this one. Now, this is the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush in the lighter shade. I had this in a project pan, and as you guys know, I've already announced that I will not be bringing back Partners in Cream next year. I have met and reach the goals that I wanted to reach with that project pan. So I want to incorporate more of my cream and liquid products in my typical everyday use or in the project pans that I am doing. So this is no exception in this project pan. So I figured if I'm gonna bring this one in, I wanted to concentrate more on the cream end of it than I do on the powder end, because cream will go bad. So I have to put that in the back of my mind now. Now that I'm not doing Partners in Cream, I need to remember to incorporate more of my cream and liquid products into my everyday routine or into project pans. Hence the reason why I'm bringing this one. Considering about this one. I don't know if I would get bored of this all year round because it's a lighter version. This took me almost 100 uses to hit pan on it. I think it was 96 uses to hit pan on it. So I don't know how long these would take to hit pan, let alone to finish them. So this might take me a long time to reach those goals, but I do want to challenge myself. I don't want this to be an easy project pan either. I want to challenge myself with an easy and a hard palette. These are other things I consider when I pick my palettes. So then I can be successful, but not make it too hard for myself or make it seem like anybody can pan anything. I don't want to dig into my palette. So this is one that I am considering bringing in due to the fact that it has creams, and that's what my main concern is. The last one is its partner one. This is the citrus one, which is the darker version. Again, I was able to hit pan on this shade right here in about 60 some uses, so this one's a lot easier to hit pan, but I have these other two that are cream. Maybe a thought that I had was bringing this one in for the first 6 months of the year, bringing this one in for the second half of the last 6 months of the year to try to be able to incorporate both of them, try to get more use out of the cream products. Again, if I were to pick either one of these two at all next year, it would solely be for the cream products, because the powder products, I can have them for a longer extended period of time without them going bad versus these cream ones. I would hate to see these cream ones go bad. Not to mention, I do have other face palettes from Natasha Denona that also have cream products, but I'm trying to limit myself and not overwhelm myself by just putting all of my Natasha Denona palettes into this ranking or into this video, because then you'd know I'd pick a Natasha Denona one. But these two, that's my thought process with these, and this is why I brought these in as a consideration for next year, because I don't want them to, one, go bad, two, they're expensive, three, I love the formula of them, so they wouldn't be so bad to use or paint. I've gotten so used to incorporating cream products in my everyday, all year round routine that I don't want to lose that and the products go bad, or me having to retrain myself to do it again and get into that habit of using them when I already am there. Might as well keep going with it. All right, you guys, those are my 10. Those are my 10 palettes. I will list these down in the description box just in case you want to read them and then tell me. I'd love to know which two palettes would you consider me panning? Which ones do you think I should do? I gave you all of my reasonings as to why the two palettes I will be choosing for next year are in this video. They're in this pile somewhere. I am 99.9% sure. Reading your comments may shift my thought process, but I am almost certain of what I want to do. I just need that little extra push from you guys to see what exactly I want to do, and then I will let you guys know in January when I do the intro what two palettes I have chosen. And obviously consider this, just like I've always mentioned it when I do these kind of videos, I will always make a list of my top ones that you guys chosen. So if I do meet my goals or finish any face palettes next year, I will look at the ones you guys chose and then I'll pick that one next out of this pile again. So this will be my pile for 2023. This is what I'm sticking with. This is what I want to mess with next year. I think I can do it. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'm trying to be a little bit more loose and lenient with this project as far as not necessarily just picking blush one year, highlighter one year. If I still want to do, I can still dabble into my singles whenever I want. So I also have to remember that I'm not committed. Like I don't have to be 100% committed every single time I do my makeup to these palettes. I can always bounce into my drawers and pick a few days of a single, you know what I mean? So I also have to be really good at rotating into my own collection without it having to be a project pan to force me to do that. So that's one of my own personal goals I want to do for next year, so I don't neglect the rest of my collection. So that's it, you guys. That's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and for chiming in the comment section when I read them. Thank you. I can't do these projects and these kinds of videos without your input in it, so I do appreciate you guys taking the time to comment down, and I will obviously take the time to read each and every one of them. So that's it. More videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.